That sounds like a good idea.
right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into Skyhawk Arena for another day of action here in the OSHAA State Tournament, the ladies edition. In this matchup, we're going to have the Springfield Wildcats and the Centerville Elks taking another round of G-Walk action here in the playoffs. And these two teams were pretty even in the standings throughout the season.
Yep.
I guess I should probably introduce ourselves. I'm Andy Horton alongside Alex Patton here on the NM Sports Network.
I was waiting for that.
Hey, I'm running a little late,
No,
so
you're
my
good,
bad.
You're right on time, my guy. You're right on time. But speaking of the two teams so far this year, I mean, they're both in the same conference, my guy. We've been playing tag with everybody in the same conference. Last night we had the MVL. We had Stebbins versus Troy, and then right after that we had a thrilling win for the Northmont Thunderbolts over the Miamisburg Vikings that consisted of the G-Walk, and then two games tonight. It's both G-Walk matchups.
Mm-hmm.
First game of the night, obviously, we have Springfield and Centerville, followed by a key matchup, big matchup. Maybe not really that big. It might end up being one-sided, but it's going to be a treat for you guys to watch a freshman put on a show for Fairmont. That comes up in the latter stages of tonight's two games here. So everybody knows everybody, dude. That
is for sure. We're going to go ahead and take a look at maybe the previous matchups between these two teams.
We'll do it during
we'll do that later.
Yep, first time out.
I'll just talk about it a little bit then, because I was doing my homework before I got here.
Well, I guess we can.
It was not the prettiest of outcomes for the Centerville Elks, for a couple of teams that were, like I said, so close in the standings. I think the Elks were 12-10, and Springfield was 11-11. Yeah, go ahead and you look at their season stats. Okay, we'll do season stats before we get off for the anthem and all that stuff. But real quick on the season stats, Springfield and Centerville really actually neck and neck. Springfield leading by 0.3 points per game. Look at the rebounding. Both teams great rebounding teams, but Springfield leads by 28 a game to 26 a game. Then 12 assists. Or 12.1 assists to 12.7 for the Elks, leading in that category. Two very good passing teams. They like to share the ball, that is for sure. And then a couple of teams that also shoot the ball pretty well when you talk about women's basketball. So 38.2% and 39.8%.
You know what's really crazy, though, is that you would think that Centerville's such a powerhouse, right? And Springfield's pretty good as well. They can hold their own. But when we go and look at these matchups at the end of the first time out, it's one-sided, and it's not the way that you think. It's not the way that you think, and we're about to send it down. I'll let you take it, Andy.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and send it down to the PA, to the public address announcer for the anthem and for our lineups, and we will be back here on the NM Sports Network right after that.
Arena on the campus of Fairborn High School. As a member of the Ohio High School Athletic Association, Fairborn High School welcomes you to this contest between our home team tonight, the Centerville Elks, and our visitors tonight, the Springfield Wildcats. At this time, in order to honor America, please stand and join in the playing of our national anthem. initiated by member schools competing for the right to move on. When the teams are rivals, they're expected to exhibit the qualities of good sportsmanship throughout the contest, and the administration of both schools requests the same from all fans. The officials assigned in this tournament game have met extensive requirements set by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and have been assigned based on the process approved by the OHSAA's Board of Directors. Tonight's officials are Erica Cash, Natalie Jones, and Maurice Stevens. The athletes, coaches, and officials are guests of Fairborn High School. All fans are asked to respect the effort each of them has put forward preparing for tonight's game. We ask all attending to show courtesy and respect for fellow fans, officials, coaches, those administrating the contest, and of course, your team and your opponent. And as important today as ever, please respect the game. Now let's meet all the players for both teams, starting with the visiting Springfield Wildcats. Number 5, Ava Vive. Number 10, Talia Brady Cochran. Number 11, Taraya Dotfield. Number 14, A.K. Yates. Number 15, Ariana Coy. Number 22, Layla James. Number 24, Saya Lanier. Now for your starters. Number 1, Jada Cochran. Number 2, Millie Brutus. Number 3, Jayla Johnson. Number 12, Damiana Wilson. And number 23, Kayliana Riddle. The Wildcats are coached by Rich Russell. Now let's meet our home team, the Centerville Elks. Number 3, Charlotte Rush. Number 5, Amelia Davis. Number 10, Caroline McDowell. Number 13, Madison Leo. Number 20, Tessa Smith. Number 24, Alyssa Grimm. Number 45, Sophie Schneider. Number 11, Lydia Miller. And number 21, Lana Schneider. Now let's meet the starters for Centerville. Number 1, Bella Keaton. Number 10, Caroline McDowell. Number 23, Avery Spargo. Number 32, Haley Murphy. Number 33, Amaya Dillon.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back in here to Skyhawk Arena here in Fairborn, Ohio for the kickoff, or the tip-off, I guess I should say, of day number 2 of the OSHAA state tournament.
Where is it at?
This one here between the Springfield Wildcats and the Centerville Elks. Getting ready to tip off. Just got done with the anthem and the lineups. And here we go. The tip is going to be between Gravel and Gillum. That one's going to be tipped, and it's going to actually go out of bounds to start things off. It was last touched by, I guess, Springfield. So it'll be Elk basketball. Underneath their basket, trying to get the inbound in. They finally do. Gillum in the far corner. Now they get it up top. That is McDowell. Excuse me, that's Sarver. My bad. Now it's in the hands of Boki. It's going to lose the ball out of bounds. They're going to say it goes off of the defender. So now inbounding, it'll be Boki. Once again, underneath the basket, they get it outside. It's Avery Sarver. Going to drive to the far side of the court, picks up her dribble. Not kind of stuck in the corner. Might have traveled. They didn't call it, but ball's going to go out of bounds again, and they're going to say it's last touch by Springfield. Another baseline inbounds. They get it in. I think that was Gillum, yes, and she's not able to connect. Long rebound goes out to Millie Portis, and going on the offensive end is Cochran for the Wildcats. Getting into the offense now. They throw it over to Johnson. They get it into the high post, free throw line area, out to Grabble. She's going to step back, and free throw line jumper's no good. That one was an ill-advised shot, if I would say.
Yeah.
Coming back the other way, Keaton is going to control things now for the Elks. They get it in the corner. The pump fake there that was McDowell, and then she's going to be fouled. And she'll be on her way to the free throw line.
Good contest defensive-wise, but you can't leave your feet and just plow right into somebody, even if you let the ball go.
Yeah, and Caroline McDowell, 83% three-point shooter on the season, knocks them down in bunches. First one is good, and the second one's going to bounce out. Maybe a little bit of an announcer's jinx. So that one falls out. Coming back the other way, though, for the Wildcats. That was Cochran over to the corner. It's Portis, way too strong on that three. Grabble gets the offensive rebound. That one, and she loses it, and it's going to roll all the way down the baseline. I don't know how it didn't go out of bounds. It was picked up by an Elk and then turned over. It was intercepted by Boynton, and then the three right there by Johnson is off the mark. Rebounded by McDowell, maybe? No, that was Bokey. And now McDowell in the corner. She's going to lose it after running into Johnson. Now in the hands of Cochran. So another turnover for the Elks. Slow start offensively for both teams. Only 1 point scored through the first 2 minutes. Three-pointer by, that was Portis, no good. It was tipped out by Gamble, and now in the hands of Cochran. Going to use the Grabble screen. Gets it inside. And then it's going to be fouled down low. Grabble. The size is going to be a problem.
That was a nice pass down low from Cochran, excuse me. Down to the low post, just unable to actually handle it as this tough defense, although a foul was called.
Junior Grabble has a huge size advantage over all of the Elks. She stands at 6'3". Another turnover for Centerville, and Cochran's not going to be able to handle it. It's going to go out of bounds now.
Sloppy play so far in this game, but you got to expect that, Andy, with an opening round game, and there's a lot of nerves. It's win or go home for both of these teams.
That is for sure. And these two teams, we talked about it earlier, they know each other so well. So, you know, it might take a minute to get the lid off the rim. It's down on the block now for the Elks. Wild shot there by Gillum. She's not able to handle the rebound, and now going back the other way for the Wildcats, it's Cochran. She's driving into the lane.
Nice pass again.
My goodness. Behind the back pass to Grable. And Grable was able to convert, so now both teams are on the board. 2-1 lead. McDowell driving, gets the contact. They don't call a foul. They say that Grable went straight up, and then it's rebounded by Boynton and in the hands of Cochran.
So far, Andy, what I'm getting is that these officials are going to let these girls play in this game.
Inside to Grable, off the mark on the layup. Now in the hands of, that was Sarver, and she's fouled on her way into the front court. Going to go ahead and take a look at the replay. That beautiful behind the back pass to the big, standing there waiting for it underneath the basket. Great job there on the Nick Smith and Sons replay. Davis now for Centerville with the ball in her hands. Brings it into the front court. Get it to Grimm. Out behind the three-point line. Now it's a drive off the backboard. No good. The shooter was Boki. Another missed shot there for the Elks, and then Springfield takes it into the front court. Way off the mark on that one. It's going to bounce off, and it's rebounded by Davis. She's being hounded by two Wildcats. She's going to get the pass away to Grimm, and then she throws it over the head of Keaton. Another turnover there for Centerville. This pressure, this athleticism that Springfield's thrown at them in each and every single one of their matchups has really caused them issues so far this season. And through half of the first quarter, I mean, it remains the same. The shot from the far wing, that was a three, and that was Johnson. She was off the mark. Grimm got ahead of the defense, catches the ball, and puts it up and in. Nice job to gather that one. It looked like she might have not been able to handle it, and it might have gone out of bounds, but she did a nice job tracking that one down in the air, hung on to it, and gathered herself, went up, scored the basket. 3-2. The Elks lead over the Wildcats. 3:22 to go here in quarter number one on the NM Sports Network.
Get a shout out to the Express It with Jermichael Blant real quick here before we get started again. Shout out to Jermichael on the screen, 369-0222. Hit up Jermichael Blanton for all the apparel that you can possibly need when it comes to high school sports here today.
They do all sorts of great work, and you know they're a local Dayton homegrown company. If you guys like supporting local, go ahead and shout and support my man Jermichael Blanton over there at Express It Athletics.
They're local, man, but they're everywhere.
Yeah, Houston, Chicago, Atlanta. As we get back to the action, Portis steps inside the three-point line. Is going to be off the mark that time, rebounded by McDowell. And she picks up her dribble. This pressure, the Elks are just really struggling to get by. They're able to get into the front court now. It's Davis, corner over to Keaton. Three-pointer is going to rim its way around and out. Saving it is... That was Boki, but the ball is going to bounce off the out-of-bounds line, off the baseline there, before she's quite able to get there. Going back the other way. But that was a wide-open shot. Great shot there by Keaton, just not quite able to knock it down. And she's a very capable shooter. Centerville's got a handful of capable shooters. Johnson now at the high elbow. She's going to get fouled on the drive. Going to see who they hit with the foul. They're going to say that one goes on Davis. That's going to be her first foul of the game. Johnson here at the line, a 71% three-point shooter, or free throw shooter, my bad. And you can see she scores 11 points per game on the season, 5.7 rebounds, and then 1.5 assists, 1.5 steals, 2.5 assists. She's able to stuff the stat sheet, a very important player for this Wildcat team. Coming back the other way, it's Keaton. She's able to get past Johnson, throws up a shot, and that one is wild, air ball. I mean, it looked like she had a good look, but she just missed absolutely everything. Cochran driving in transition.
Oh,
tries
she
to
double
throw a
dribbled.
backdoor pass, gets it to Portis.
They called it.
And then, like you say, the double dribble comes, and the refs didn't miss that one. Seven points scored through the first 5 minutes and 50 seconds of the game. Into the front court now, Davis into the hands of, that was Boki. She was trying to find Grim, and they're going to say, actually, it's going to remain with the Elks ball.
That's like the 6th or 7th potential turnover that has happened for the Elks here so far, and it is a turnover. So
okay, so after a conference, the refs, they changed their mind. They flip it the other way. It looked like Grim wasn't quite able to get to that pass. Boki it was a little off the mark. Cochran now on the offensive end. Portis, Johnson now at the top of the key. Trying to penetrate this zone. They throw it over to Johnson. She drives by McDowell. She'll be fouled. She misses the layup, but she'll have free throws coming. They're going to hit Caroline McDowell, her first foul. And she's only got 1 point so far in this game. That's kind of shocking. I mean, I guess maybe not when you look at the scoreboard, but these two teams are, but she's the leading scorer here for Centerville. Over 14.5 points a game. And she's been held to, well, very little so far, just one free throw. Johnson makes the first free throw. Second one is off the mark, but the offensive rebound scooped up. Wild shot there by, that was Yates. And then there's going to be a foul called after the second offensive rebound by James.
already four fouls that have been called on the Elks, so they gotta watch what they're doing when it comes to the aggressiveness that they're showing, kind of like what Northmont had happened to them yesterday. And you had Jenna Hull and a couple others on the bench for a while along with Ramel.
Yeah, that is for sure. The three-pointer that time off the mark by Boynton. Rebounded by, that was McDowell, and now into the front court, Keaton controlling things. Going against Cochran, passes it over, and it's going to be stolen away. Boynton going on the offensive end. She slows down. Her teammates catch up to her. Then Yates back over to Cochran. They're going to slow things down with 1:10 to go here in the quarter. Boynton, far wing, back up top to James. Yates over to James. And then James tries to throw it back over to the corner. She had two teammates there, but that one was airmailed into the third row.
That's what we call Southeast Asia.
Coming back the other way for Davis and the Elks. They're in the offensive end. They sling it over to Sarver on the far wing. She's going to drive baseline. Tries to drop it off to Grimm. Miscommunication there. The pass is not handled well, and it's going to go out of bounds.
Goes right through a whole bunch of players, touches nobody. The first thing that it touches is the bleachers on the out of bounds.
Yeah, that's the second time where the Elks had a pass where Grimm had a chance to score, and she's not able to secure it. Got to be a little more aware out there. But now with 35 seconds to go, Cochran swing it over. That was Boynton, and now up top to James. We're down to 24 seconds. Free throw line. It's Cochran. She's going to drive, slings that one up, no good. But the offensive rebound picked up and put back in. That was Grabble. And then there's going to be a foul on the inbound. Boynton will pick that one up. Grable checked back in, and in about 2 seconds, she had an impact. A very good player, and like I said, the size mismatch that she presents for the Elks is really tough. 6 seconds to go. Grimm goes coast to coast. 2 seconds, and I don't think that the Wildcats will get a shot off. They will not. Nice job to end the quarter there. Grimm takes the ball 94 feet. And is able to have the finesse to be able to slow down and put that one up off the backboard and in.
check out the matchups, and what we were going to talk about at the beginning of the game is how this matchup against each other so far this season has been very, very one-sided, and it's not the way that you think that it should go. Because I'll tell you what, the first game this year on December 11th, 48 to 82. Springfield got on top of Centerville, beating them. It wasn't necessarily pretty.
Yeah, no,
we don't know where the actual.
They really did a number on them. Put up 25 points in the second and in the fourth quarter, 16 points in the first and the third. I mean, they really just put a beat down on them, and you can see that's the second outing. I'm going to give you a couple more of the stats, though, from the first outing. Millie Portis knocked down 5 threes, 26 points for Springfield in the first outing. And then also Boynton, 7 of 12 from the field, knocked down 2 threes herself with 16 points. I mean, and then they had two other players in double figures. Definitely a much different script than what we've seen so far in this one, as we have 12 points through one quarter. Coming back into the second, Springfield basketball. They're trying to get it into now Boynton in the corner. They throw it back outside to Portis, way outside by the volleyball line. Portis now at the top of the key. Got the pass back from Cochran. New checking into the game is Vele. Hope I'm saying that correctly. Cochran at the free throw line.
Ooh.
Crosses over, puts one up. It's a floater. It's going to fall short, but she's going to be on her way to the free throw line. Shifty moves there by the point guard. Going to be off the mark there. Second free throw incoming is going to also be off the mark, so going to come away with nothing. And a bad pass there. That was Boki, and then turned over, but there's a foul called. Chaos through the first 9 minutes of this game. Wildcat basketball. Inbound in front of the Centerville bench.
No one's getting 82 tonight, Andy.
That is for sure. They'd have to have an absolute explosion. Boynton at the free throw line. He's going to kick it out. Going to throw it inside to the big. Spins. Puts that one up off the mark. Grable was the shooter that time. The pass to the cutting Davis is going to be tipped out of bounds. It was in the hands of McDowell. Still just with 1 point and 2 fouls. That could end up being an issue for Centerville. The inbound to Keaton. She goes high off the backboard and gets that one to fall. Cutting to the basket. The defense wasn't ready. She ties this one up at 7. Springfield on offense now. Boynton out by the volleyball line. Johnson now. Far wing. Now they go near side to Portis. High arcing shot is not going to go. Tipped out to Johnson. There was so many players in the far corner trying to get that rebound that Johnson was all alone when she got the offensive board. Put that one up easily. 9-7 for the Wildcats. Keaton back for the Elks on offense. They're going to the corner to McDowell. Boynton all over that corner play that they just tried to draw up. Now the drive. I think that was Boki. She's going to lose the ball out of bounds. Good defense there by the Cats. And substitutions now as Cochran's going to come back in. And I think Johnson also just came back in. I didn't even realize she checked out. Cochran past the timeline. Johnson, Boynton up top, corner to Cochran. Going to drive past the big, puts that one up, air ball, and Centerville will come away with it. Keaton in the front court had a chance to pass it to Grimm. She missed the lane, though. Keaton now picks up her dribble, loses it. Boynton had a chance to come away with it. Now it's going to be knocked out of bounds by the Elks. 4 different players over there with a chance to haul that one in, and it's just going to roll out of bounds. I think it was Keaton, the last one to touch it. Boynton, the inbound, and into the front court. Johnson, they throw it inside, and now out of bounds. Grable was able to hang on to the pass, but she wasn't able to do so before she trailed out of bounds. Back the other way. Davis into the offensive end. Bokey, high post. Going against Grable, will drive, count it, and one opportunity. Go ahead and take a look at the replay. Bokey got hit, and now she's on her way to try and make it 3. Bokey, a 71% free throw shooter. That one is good. 10-9 Elks. Going back the other way, Cochran for the Wildcats. Portis, ball in her hands over by the NBL logo. Back to Cochran on this side of the floor. Gets into her bag, crosses over, free throw line. Is going to get it back out to Portis. Step back 3, high arcer, off the glass. Air ball that time. Davis into the front court. Pushing things in transition. Gets it to Grimm. Throws it back out to, that was Gillum, and then the Elks will lose it. Coming back the other way, Cochran pushing the tempo. Picks it up, out to Johnson. He's going to shoot that one. Blocked by Davis. Davis chasing the ball down. Dives on the floor. Is going to get ran over by Portis. Foul on Portis. Great hustle. We're sitting here on the Elk side, and they are loving it, ladies and gentlemen. Great hustle there on the defensive end, chasing it down. She's going to get checked out of the game now, and she's going to get a little bit of an ovation there by the Centerville crowd. They love seeing the effort. Going to McDowell. They're going to say it was, McDowell's trying to say it was tipped. And so she didn't reach her hands out and grab that one. It was still well within her reach. I'm shocked that she let that one go.
It's not a pass you should be making to the corner anyways, in the coffin corner. So there's an ill-advised pass putting people in your teammates in danger.
Boynton back for Springfield on the far on offense. Far side of the court, three-pointer. Another air ball. Hit the exact same spot that the last 3 did. Coming back the other way, Keaton will slow things down. Being guarded by Cochran. They go corner. That's Gillum. Down low to Grimm. Oh, she might have stepped on the baseline and they didn't see, but she found the cutter in Keaton, and she will convert that one. Timeout, Springfield. Full timeout. I think we're going to go ahead and get a look at the replay here. Let's see. Did Grimm step out? It's very close. Oh, I don't know. Regardless,
nice
doesn't
pass.
matter. They didn't see it, and it was a beautiful pass to the cutting teammate on the Nick Smith and Sons replay.
Great pass, awesome finish, great teamwork. And speaking of teamwork, hit up Nick Smith and Sons here today for your roofing, remodeling, and construction needs. All of that at 937-603-4650. Tell them that NM Sports sent you to receive a discount. Whatever you need, they got you when it comes to remodeling, roofing, and construction. Hit up Nick Smith and Sons today. Tell them that NM Sports sent you to receive a discount. So thank you to Nick and Corey Smith for your continuous give back to NM Sports and our contracting schools that we are associated with. So without you, this would not be possible. So thank you to Nick Smith and Corey Smith.
So now Springfield coming out of the timeout. Cochran, they're going to rush her as soon as she gets into the front court, gets the ball out of her hands. Now it's James, Yates, and back up to Cochran. Wide open cutter.
She's got it, dude. She's got Pat. Her IQ, her vision is very, very high.
Yeah, you got a miniature Rajon Rondo out here playing point guard for Springfield.
You would say that as a Celtics fan.
Of course, you know. I mean, and she's got the flashy passes to do it. They're going to call a foul. No, they're going to call a travel. That's what I thought at first. A travel, that one was that one Grimm? Not quite sure, but still. Springfield basketball, trailing by 1, 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Boynton, they go corner. Johnson, she's going to put up the 3. That one's going to be off the mark. Rebound in the corner by James. Now James is going to get a chance at it. Shoots that one. That one's going to skip off the rim, go into the corner. A couple of players collide. There's no foul call.
That should be Centerville's ball.
And they're having
Should
a
be Centerville's
conference. They're going to give it to Centerville.
Yep.
So now Centerville with a chance to extend their lead. Under 3 minutes to play here. Keaton into the front court. And though the Elks might have struggled this year against Springfield, Keaton has not. Scored 37 points in the 2 outings. The drive now to the basket by Keaton. She's off the mark, gets her own rebound, puts that one up, and good. I mean, right on cue. Keaton continuing the scoring, gets herself up to 6 on the game. Cochran coming back the other way. 6 of her team's 14, to be clear. Cochran gets it back under the basket. She'll pull things back out. Loses her own dribble, and they're going to say that Gillum got a hand on it. Or Grimm, excuse me. So now Johnson to inbound from the baseline. You go over to Yates. Get it up, and they're going to move it around. Oh, no, right back to Johnson in the corner. She'll lose it out of bounds this time, and they'll say it stays with Springfield. Maybe Gillum got a hand on it this time. She was the closest Elk.
Somebody did. Somebody did.
Out to Johnson on the NVO logo. Cochran, guarded by McDowell. Slinging it over to Boykin. James on the near side. Long distance 2 right there for Johnson, and she knocks down another one. She's cooking. Got 9, the game's leading scorer. Keaton over to Grimm. Way outside the 3-point line. Back to Keaton, the 3. Knocks it in! Tying her up at 9. And like I said just a moment ago, Keaton has not struggled against this Wildcat team so far this season. And she's showing that again so far here tonight. At 37 coming in, she's up to 46 on the season against Springfield. Johnson, they get it inside the paint. Over to James, gonna put that one up. It falls off the top of the rim. Rebounded by Gillum, and now in the hands of Pokey. Driving, gets inside the painted area. She's going to be fouled. I guess maybe inside the darker area. That wasn't really the paint, but. Bokey. Already talked about it. 71% at the line on the season. And 9.6 points per game, 5.7 rebounds, almost a steal, over an assist, and shooting it at a 45.9% clip. McDowell's going to go ahead and check out. Second free throw is in. 18-13, the Elks lead here, 44 seconds to go in the first half. Cochran controlling things at the volleyball line. Keaton is going to force the issue. Over to Portis, outside to Boykin. Keaton at the top of that defense, being pesky. Boykin will drive, she will run over the defender, and they will say she is fouled. I believe it's Boki that will pick up the foul. Oh, that was Sarver. That's Sarver's first foul of the game. Free throw is up and good.
I will
for
say,
Boynton.
I will say, the last 3 games that we've had, yesterday's games and then tonight so far, it's been a decent crowd.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
For girls basketball, as it's a rising type of
Sport.
I mean, I'd rather watch girls basketball than boys basketball at this point.
Pass is going to be turned over. They get it to Johnson. She's running out of bounds, and she has to just throw it back in. It's taken by the Elks. 5 seconds to go.
The hell?
Boki throws up a wild shot. She is fouled, and she will be on her way to the free throw line. A wild final 20 seconds that was.
Well, sometimes you throw up prayers and they get answered. Looks like that was one of them, and she's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Why is the clock? The clock's doing random things right now, so don't really pay attention to it. There's 2.6 seconds left on the clock.
First free throw is off the mark for Boki. Springfield should have a chance to get a shot off. She knocks down the second one. 5-point lead. Cochran, not even thinking about the time, I guess. She'll just dribble it out. So that's going to do it for the first half of play. The Centerville Elks lead 20-15 over the Springfield Wildcats. And we're going to go ahead and take a break here at halftime, and we'll be back after the break.
What's going on, y'all? It's Jamichael, owner of Expressive Athletics, and I just want to give y'all a quick recap of 2024. 2024 was an exciting year for us. We were able to partner with the largest school district in our area, resulting in 7 schools wearing Expressive Athletic apparel. With the help of our supporters, we've expanded out of Dayton into other markets such as Chicago, Atlanta, and Houston. We've created apparel for an entire school program, started from 6th grade all the way up to 12th. Plus, we've created designs for AAU, adult leagues, marching bands, drill teams, and our first local youth baseball league. Now, our plans for 2025 is to capitalize from 2024 and more. Not only do we want to see you all in Expressive gear, but we want to continue to positively impact the youth and invest in our community. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram. You can visit our website at www.expithathletics.store. Contact us via email, that's sales@expressiveathletics.store, or give us a call at 937-369-0222. As we carry on our momentum in 2025, we want to continue to live, learn, and grow. Growing up, I kind of felt like there was a lot that I held in and couldn't express, so that's kind of where it generated from. But, you know, now it's connected to the youth in so many different ways. Being a product of the city and having that competitive spirit, but sometimes it being overshadowed with envy and hate. And I want to be the one to break that cycle so that the light can shine on everybody. Seeing people rock with Expressive, it makes me feel like I'm making a difference, especially those of us in the Black community. We all got this competitive spirit. Seeing them represented, I mean, it's always a great feeling. And it's also an honor because it's like they see something in me that they relating to. It's so much more than just the game of basketball or, you know, school or education. This is people's lives, you know what I'm saying?
not reading the room. I don't know how many times you look like this way. Literally 15 times now. You don't see anything on here. Let's go for 100. That's your dad?
No, it's adopted grandpa for everybody.
Oh, okay. That's my dad. Okay. Nice to meet you, sir. Alex. Don't screw it up tonight. We'll try not to. Okay?
Yeah. I help here. Okay, awesome. When he gets to it, I awesome.
Oh, man. It's not just when I can't do it. He's like, no. Okay. All right.
We didn't tell me that.
He's on you guys. I got too much work. Like, I love it. You don't have time.
And I'm a lot cheaper.
Right.
All right, have fun.
Excuse me, sir. Oh, we're gonna, no, you're good. I'm trying to point it that way so I get the value, but we're about to play it that way. So, thank you. Ready to go?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back in here to Skyhawk Arena here in Fairborn, Ohio for the first round of the OSHAA High School Tournament, the Ladies Edition. We had a matchup here between the Springfield Wildcats and the Centerville Elks. The Elks lead 20-15 here on the NM Sports Network. I'm Andy Horton alongside Alex Patton, bringing you guys all of tonight's action. Game number one, like I just said, between the Wildcats and the Elks. Game number two, that one will be between the Beaver Creek Beavers and the Fairmont Firebirds. So this one should be a tight one. Not so sure about the next one, but we will get to see some phenomenal talent. That is 100% sure. Should be a good one. Nonetheless, getting started here coming out of halftime. Elks ball. Start things off. McDowell will inbound at inbound at half court. They get it into Keaton in the back court, and she gets it up into the front now. Gillum dribble handoff with Boki. The drive gets near the paint. It's going to throw that one up. No good. Portis comes away with the rebound for Springfield. And now over to Cochran. Into the front court. Johnson thought about the three. Instead, she'll drive, step back. Now gets it into Portis, who drives towards the basket. She's going to be fouled. They're going to call a blocking foul against Boki. It's going to be her second foul of the game. The first foul of the half comes just 24 seconds in. Oh, and they actually called a shooting foul? Wow, okay. That means Portis will be at the free throw line. Team's leading scorer, but struggles from the line.
In fact, misses the first one.
Scores 13.6 points per game, but shoots just 51% or 57% at the stripe. Second one is up, and it'll find its way in. Elks now coming back on offense. Keaton playing point guard now. Guarded by Johnson. Excuse me, that is Portis. Gets past Portis, gets into the paint, floats that one up to 11 points now. Leading scorer on the game so far is Keaton just picking up where she left off in the first half. Cochran the three, off the back iron, rebounded by Keaton. And now surveying on her way up the floor, eyes looking for teammates. Gonna use a screen by Boki, now gets over to McDowell, fires a three. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound by Boki, no good on the offensive rebound. She gets another one, a fight for the ball on the floor. There's gonna be a jump, and possession arrow favors the Wildcats. Centerville now with the largest lead of the night, up to 6. Johnson over to Portis. Had a look at a 3 instead. She'll drive off the backboard and gets it to fall.
What a play.
Beautiful angle there, falling away from the bucket. Keaton coming back the other way, nursing a 4-point lead. McDowell in the far corner, air ball on the 3. The rebound now by Yates, and Cochran up to Johnson. Pass is going to be tipped and goes out of bounds. They're trying to get it across the court to Portis. Johnson will inbound now. Springfield. Running out of time, they get it into Cochran on the logo just in time. Cochran's going to work her way to the other side of the floor. Guarded by McDowell. They throw it back to the corner to Portis. It's going to go out of bounds off of Gillum. Remains Wildcat basketball. Out to Johnson, thought about the 3.
Nice rejection, sent that one. That was
Avery Sarver who was able to get in there and knock it away.
Good defense.
Now tipped by McDowell on the inbound. Yeah, Johnson got Keaton off of her feet, drove past her, and the second layer of the defense didn't let Keaton up. Excuse me, didn't let Keaton down. The pass is tipped by McDowell, and now running the court, it's Sarver. The Springfield side not happy. They thought there was a foul call. Excuse me, they thought there was a travel there. There's no call. The shot was missed by Sarver, picked up and put in by McDowell.
Almost blew a two-on-one transitional play right there. It would have been an easy pass, dump off. Unfortunately, did not see her teammate, but still got the bucket.
And they're trying to find Boynton in the paint, and there's going to be a tipped pass. It's going to be, that's going to be Sarver that comes away with it, and then they just called a jump ball. The Centerville side is not happy about it, and I think I agree with him.
I think he's more upset at his teammates, or not his teammates, his players.
I'm just not quite sure how that was a jump ball. I mean, maybe I missed something. But
Oh, they called a jump ball?
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
That's what they signaled.
well, yeah, the possession arrow just changed, so you're correct.
So now Elks ball, Keaton at the volleyball line. On the offensive end, they get it over to McDowell. She'll drive baseline, scoops it up over her shoulder. That one's off the mark. Rebounded by Boki, and now they're going to call another jump ball as Boki and James are tied up. They're going to give the ball now to the Wildcats. Possession arrow will flip once again. Portis on the offensive end. Cochran back to Portis. Defended by McDowell. They throw it cross court. Johnson in the corner to James. James was trying to throw it to the corner to Cochran, lost control, and it goes out of bounds. That's going to be a turnover. Elks basketball leading by 6. 4:39 to go here in the third quarter.
It's very hard to beat a team 3 times in a row in a season, and Springfield's finding that out right now.
And they've actually beaten them 3 times in a row already, just not in this season. They beat them in the playoffs last year. The Elks kind of looking for some revenge right now. The turnover by Keaton, a miscommunication between her and her teammate. Portis goes to the cup, and she's able to convert that one. Keaton went straight up, played good defense, but better offense there by Millie Portis. Back into the front court. Keaton controlling things. 4:14 to go. Screen was ran through. Boynton and Sarver hit the ground. McDowell on the far side of the court. 3-pointer knocks it in. Lead up to 7, 27-20. Cochran brings it into the front court now. Giving out orders on offense. Bad pass into the teeth of the defense. Scrambling for the ball on the floor. That was James and a couple of Elks tied up, but, well, tied up, and it's the Elks ball. You can see the shot there by McDowell. It was just a matter of time before she started to find the range. Carolyn McDowell now up to 6. Keaton now into the front court. Gets it over to McDowell. Another three. That one is going to bounce off the backboard and nearly out of bounds. Saved twice by the Elks, but Boynton will finally come away with it. Portis all by herself off the glass and gets it to go. Cuts into that lead. 2 great hustle plays by the Elks, but it kind of burns them on the back end. Corner by McDowell. Thought about the 3. Nearly fired that one. They're going to get it back out now. That's Davis controlling things. Now over to Keaton. Does not use the Bokeh screen. Davis back top of the key. Screened by Grimm. Keaton on the wing to throw it inside to Grimm. Knocked away by James, and now pushing the offense. It's Portis driving, splits the defense, going to be fouled and on her way to the line. Centerville got the lead up to 7, and Springfield said, hang on a minute. We're not going to let you get away that easily. I think they might have called that foul on McDowell. And so that's our 3rd of the game. First free throw is good for Portis. Rabel just checked back in the game for Springfield. Second free throw is up and good. Centerville going back on offense. Davis running point. They're going to say she shuffled her feet before she got the pass out of her hands. That's a travel. Into the front court. Springfield, they're trying to get it down to Grable. Gonna throw it over to James. Top of the key to Portis. It's gonna be tipped by Davis and goes out of bounds. They're looking for Johnson. If they would have connected, she was wide open on the wing for a 3. Instead, now she's gonna get it right back on the inbound. That one's gonna be off the mark, the 3-pointer was, but James is gonna come away with the rebound. Right back to Johnson, trying it again. Got that one. Tie ball game, 7-0 run for the Cats. Coming back the other way. Grimm outside the arc. They get it to McDowell. She'll drive towards the paint, picks up the dribble. Out to Bokeh. The spin move, going to the rack, up off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Springfield, and then there's going to be a foul against Keaton. That's going to be her first of the game.
I feel like there's like 1,000 people in here. It feels like 1,000 people. There's not, but.
It's definitely getting loud in here
Yeah.
at times, and as we tick closer towards the finish line in this one, it's just going to get louder and louder. Johnson into the front court. Springfield on the attack. Portis into the paint, puts that one up, no good. Gets her own board, up off the glass, no good again. Davis comes away with the rebound, pushing in transition. Gonna slow things down and trying to find a teammate. It was a bad pass to Grimm. It's gonna go off of her feet. Now Portis going the other way again. She'll slow it down over to Johnson. They try to get it to Grable, and it's over her head. Back the other way now. Keaton, ill-advised pass. It will stay with the Elks.
That's a perfect way to send your teammate to the hospital. Blind side, coming right across. If they're playing football, someone's getting laid out.
A much bigger defender too. Over the middle, the pass right there. Bokeh, the kick to the corner now. Davis, 3, got it. Huge shot there for the Elks. Timeout, Wildcats. Oh no, Centerville timeout. After the 7-0 run for Springfield, you see Centerville answers right back. You see the shot there by Johnson, knocks it in. Beautiful job there. Her second attempt, the offensive rebound by James. They were able to move it around. Portis with the assist. James with the hockey assist. Was able to tie this game up, and now the Elks back with a 3-point lead. Minute 16 to go here in the third. Up next here on the NM Sports Network, Beaver Creek and Fairmont. Girls State OHA A D1 State Tournament. Up next here on the NM Sports Network, coming out of the timeout though, Wildcat basketball. Up at the top of the key, they're gonna throw it over to Boykin now. Boynton. She's gonna pick up her dribble, throws that one up after a slight bump from the defense and gets it to go. That was like a 12, 13-foot floater. Tough shot, but she knocks it in nonetheless. 45 seconds to go here in the quarter. Boki just inside the three-point line, out to Keaton, standing at the volleyball line. Kind of had a quiet quarter after 9 in the first half, just 2 here. McDowell the three, cash money. Rainbow jumper falls in again for McDowell. She's starting to heat up. Up to 9 points on the game. Johnson back the other way. 23 seconds to go. She's going to sling one up off the mark that time. And long rebound out to Davis. McDowell on the drive. She loses the ball on the pass. Tough break there for the Elks. Could have pushed the lead a little bit further. McDowell just not able to get the handle that time. 14.1 to go. Inbounding the Wildcats down to the front court. Johnson with the ball in her hands now. 1 second. The shot put up by James, going to be off the mark. That is going to do it here for the third quarter. 33-29. Going to go ahead and take a look here at another instant replay. See the rainbow jumper so high it can't even see it on our screen. There's Caroline McDowell on the Nick Smith and Sons replay right there. Huge three.
I want to see around how she comes up. Oh, shoot. How she comes off. We'll show it in slow motion here. How she comes off that screen. Show how she comes off that screen. It's a tight screen, double screen right there at the top of the key.
A little bit of a moving screen there by Boki. No call, though.
Not a foul if the refs don't call it, Andy.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So they get that one to go, and it's a great explanation or a great example of fundamentals.
Yeah.
And how to get your teammates open.
That's for sure, and they're great at getting their teammates open. I said earlier, they got a handful of really good shooters. McDowell checking in at over 37% from three. Bella Keaton checking in at over 43% from three. My goodness. And then you also see, we haven't seen her yet today, Madison Leo. She shoots 41%. And Sarver, we haven't seen her take many shots in this one, but another 34.5% three-point shooter. All four can shoot the lights out. And a big reason why is because they're very good at getting their teammates open, finding open space.
Centerville 1 quarter away from ending that 3-game losing streak to the Wildcats.
Boynton now controlling things on the offensive end for the Cats starting the fourth quarter. Johnson on the near side, throwing it over to Portis, got the defender off of her feet. Free throw line jumper, that one's gonna kind of go up and die on the rim. Offensive rebound though by Johnson, back to Portis, she'll drive, got blocked there by Boki. Another offensive rebound though by the Cats. Boki eventually will come away with it. She spins out of the pack, wide open McDowell for a year. McDowell on the kick out, Keaton off the back iron, and McDowell would have had a wide open layup, but she still tried to salvage the play as Keaton had the open three. Not able to convert though. The open layup, much easier shot than the open three.
It's a prime example of getting your head up and seeing the open floor, because it was just a great effort. But if you can't see what's going on and you just keep dribbling, it's
We had half the Centerville student section jumping up and down.
Yeah.
Not student section, half the Centerville.
I was like, where are the students?
half the Centerville fan base here, jumping up and down, telling her to look up. First free throw for Portis is in.
I was like, students. I was like,
There's a couple of them
yeah,
there
they
somewhere.
definitely are, but they're not together, forming and standing like they were yesterday, Andy. All 6 of them.
There was 7.
Okay. They were rowdy though.
They were 7.
And let's just say that's the reason why Northmont won the game.
Missed free throw there by Portis, so 1 and 1. 1 out of 2 on that trip to the line. Keaton with the ball now for the Elks. 7 minutes to go here in the game. McDowell was being hounded by Boynton. Gets it back over to Keaton. Driving baseline. It's Boki walking that tightrope to get it back up to Davis. Keaton trying to get open over there in the corner. Use the Boki screen. Goes baseline, spins around. McDowell, another rainbow 3. That one's off the mark. Tipped by Davis. Saved by McDowell as she's going out of bounds. Inside to Grimm. She's going to have it knocked away by the Cats. Going the other way, it's Portis, too strong. Her own rebound. She's going to be fouled this time by Davis. Rabel did a nice job on the defensive end, knocking the ball out of the hands of Grimm, forcing the turnover. Free throw is good as Springfield inches closer. Now the game has been cut to a 1-point difference. Davis into the front court, taking her time, being guarded by Cochran, gets past her. The layup attempt off the mark, trying to use the glass. Gillum is going to fall out of bounds. They're going to say it's out of bounds off of the Wildcats. So it'll be baseline inbound force for the Elks. Boki to inbound. Substitution. Vela James is going to check in for Grable. Trying to find McDowell in the corner. They're not able to do so. Boki running out of time. That was so close to 5 seconds. Davis gets the inbound now outside.
All of Springfield wanted that one.
That is for sure. The other side of the gym started to erupt. Davis gets past Cochran. Offensive rebound after the miss. It's going to be turned over. Gillum had the pass deflected. Now Wildcats in the front court. Portis will slow it down. She gets the ball back. Step back in the corner. Rims out. And McDowell's going to be the last one to touch it. Ball remains with the Wildcats.
That's a highlight reel play. If she could get that 3-pointer to go with that step back.
Falling away, out of bounds. That would have been something.
Yep.
Now the inbound from the baseline, trying to get it to James, and then turned over. They try to go up top to Cochran, and McDowell standing right in the passing lane. McDowell driving. They're going to hit Cochran with the foul. Cochran just gives the ref a blank stare, like, what did I do there? So McDowell will be back at the line. .39.5% from the field, over 83% from the free throw line. Caroline McDowell, a sniper from all over. Second free throw is good. Lead is now up to 3 for the Elks. Cochran to the corner to Johnson. Gonna get it back out to Cochran. Gonna run the point, throw it inside.
Nice
I
pass.
think that's Yates. No, that's Boynton. Gonna put it up off the backboard, not gonna get it. It's a fall, and that's Boki who's gonna come away with it. She's gonna push the envelope in transition. Has the ball knocked away. She'll lose it out of bounds. Ball will stay with Centerville, and the Springfield side is going crazy yet again. They're gonna go ahead and flip the call after a quick conference. A couple of the Centerville fans aren't too happy with that call.
When you're neutral and you don't really care who wins, it's really interesting to see how passionate one side is, because when you actually care, you can't justify any reasoning of why it shouldn't go your way.
That's for sure. Inside the Cochran now. Wild pass. James is able to come and collect it. She'll be fouled as she's on her way to the basket. It'll be a baseline inbound.
Oh, good news. I'll tell you in a second.
Shot is going to be missed and rebounded by Sarver. She'll take things into the front court. Pass all the way up to the corner to McDowell. Splitting the defense, puts that one up and gets it to roll its way in. Tough angle there, but she had the English to be able to convert. Johnson's going to lose it out of bounds.
Man, the cameraman is doing awful right now. We need to fire him. So I'm going to go ahead and leave.
Oh,
just
great.
Basically knocked over the camera.
Portis, the inbound. Outside. Step back now to James. Cochran caught the pass, but it was a travel by James before she got the pass away.
4 minutes left to go. You would think that Springfield is down by a lot. The way this game is going, it has an aura of a feel like Springfield is down by a lot. It's a 5-point game.
Yeah, that's for sure. Definitely still in play. Just got to start making plays. Keaton controlling things at the volleyball line. And guarded by Portis. The Wildcat fans starting to get loud. Get it over to Sarver. And get past Cochran into the paint. Loses the ball. Portis was out of bounds. She fell down and the ball rolled up and bounced off of her leg. So ball will remain with the Elks. Boki to inbound. Trying to get it to Sarver. It's going to be tipped out of bounds by...
That one looked like that might have been off of Centerville, but, I don't have 20/20 vision.
Cochran.
Got contacts.
Is who they called it out on. They got contacts. You should have 20/20 now.
Yeah, well, when you you need a new pair. Get the daily ones.
They get the inbound to Gillum. Get it back to Cochran. Up top to McDowell. Keaton wide open. They're going to call a legal screen.
Yep.
Gillum. Haven't called her name a ton. And that's not how you like to call her name. Timeout on the floor.
With that timeout, we're going to go ahead and pay a couple bills here. I'm going to shout out to the alumni tournament, 64-team single elimination tournament based on the high school that you went to. And the first one that we're going to be doing is in the state of Ohio. 64 teams, 8 teams per region, 8 regions, single elimination for $50,000. It's kind of like the basketball, the basketball tournament that is held throughout this country, and they had championship games here in Dayton, Ohio, for 3 years, and now they're in Philadelphia doing their thing for the championship. But they're still a Dayton region.
I was going to say UD's still one of the regions that they're at every year.
Still a Dayton region. Basketball is huge in the state of Ohio, only second to Indiana. But Indiana's a different breed when it comes to that, and that's exactly where we're going to be at after we figure out what we're doing with the Ohio region and the Ohio version of everything. Not trying to do too many states at one time, just in case things don't go according to plan. But right now, Centerville's everything is going according to their plan.
That is for sure. Up 5. 3:33 to go. Boynton with the ball now for the Wildcats. They get it to Johnson. Back on the wing. They throw it down low to James. Boynton gets the ball back. Portis now over to Cochran. Johnson, long distance three. Cash money. My goodness. Long range that time, is able to cut into the lead. Down to 2 now. There's going to be a foul. Keaton was trying to pass it to McDowell, and she hits the deck.
That is foul number, I don't know if they changed it yet. Yep, foul number 3, 2 away from
Getting
a
into
double
the
bonus, which is very crucial and critical at this time of game, this time of the game.
Sarver, trigger the inbound for the Elks. They go to Keaton in the backcourt. Crosses the timeline. Goes Sarver. She nearly didn't haul that one in. Now they go middle of the floor to Boki. It's going to be turned over. And now Cochran back the other way. Johnson thought about shooting that one again.
She's still thinking about it.
Yeah. She's going to drive now through the defense. She's going to be fouled by Boki. And on her way to the free throw line with a chance to tie this ball game.
Firebird Faithful are rolling in here, getting ready for what they hope is a state championship run. It starts right here next game here at Skyhawk Arena
On the NM Sports Network, nonetheless.
Nice plug in. We are grateful to be able to be doing games like this. So shout out to everybody involved that's allowing us to do this. But more importantly, shout out to us. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? So shout out to us for being able to do these things and get this. It's not easy what we do, and we're obviously not anywhere near perfect. But we strive to bring you free content at the professional-based level.
So after the 2 made free throws, it's a tie ball game. There's going to be a foul 90 feet away from the cup. That is an ill-advised 4th foul there for the Wildcats. Now Boki will inbound. Grimm will run down the floor. Davis receives the inbound pass. She's going to work her way up the sideline. There's going to be another blocking foul called, and that's foul number 5. We might have a free throw shooting expedition the rest of the way.
Looking like it, and there's 2:24 left in the game, and we all know, if you know basketball, that's going to be another 25 minutes.
That is for sure.
Especially with what's on the line. It's win or go home right here. Free throws, everything is important these last 2:24.
Off the back iron. Davis not able to connect. 59% on the season for Davis. Second one is also not going to connect. Boynton comes away with the rebound, and Davis is going to bump her trying to get the steal, and that's going to send Springfield to the line. Ill-advised foul there. And you said about 2 minutes ago, everything was going according to plan for Centerville, and that has changed very quickly.
Yep, but I also said it seems like Springfield was down by a lot, but they were only down by 5, and they have a chance to take the lead, Andy.
Boynton knocks down another one. Been excellent at the stripe here tonight. Takes a deep breath. Second one's going to rim out, so 1 point lead, 38-37. Davis into the front court. They go corner to Grimm. Drives past the defender. Is going to be blocked by the Wildcats. Cochran came away with the ball, and now in the front court, Portis. Just a half step inside the half court line. Gonna go on the attack now. And a timeout for the Wildcats. Grable, number 23, with the block for Springfield on the other end. Big time play. Got the Wildcats the ball back. For the first time in, well, a really long time. I know they led at 1-0. I'm not sure if they've led since.
Take one more shot look at this season stats so far. 53 points per game by both teams, and we're looking at 37-38.
That's
kind of, it's a par for the course when you think about it, because it's tournament action right now, and every possession is crucial. Those two free throws.
It's higher nerves. You talked about that earlier, but it's also higher intensity. So the combination can often drive scores down. Wildcats lead by 1. Minute 48 to go. The blitz out of the inbounds. Pass by Cochran. An uncommon mistake by her. Throws it over the head of her teammate. That one goes out of bounds. Centerville ball now as we tick under a minute 40. Keaton gets it to Grimm on the far wing. She'll drive on Boynton. Picks up her dribble. Back out to Davis. McDowell to the corner to Keaton. Back to the top of the key, Boki. Gonna drive, spins over to Grimm, off the mark from the corner. Portis with the rebound. Still leading by 1. Gets it back over to Portis. Wide open, Johnson 3. Off the mark, that one's gonna be short. A fight for the ball, it's gonna go to the Elks. I think that was Boki and Grable going after it. Grable, the last one to touch it. The inbound by Grimm. Davis to Keaton. Under a minute to play now. At the volleyball line, guarded by Johnson. Wildcat side getting loud. Trying to inspire their team. Out to McDowell. She's gonna drive. Dribbles it off of her own foot. Out of bounds. Wildcat basketball. 38 seconds to go. And a timeout for Centerville.
Yep.
Huge turnover there. McDowell has been able to get going here in the second half, but dribbled that one off of her own foot in the crucial moments. Now you gotta wonder what the strategy is gonna be coming out of that timeout for the Elks. The blitz worked last time, so you might see that. And then you gotta think, do you foul quickly? Because you'll only still be down 1 possession. Plenty of time.
Coming up next, right after this one, as you see the last matchup for these guys, and we'll replay it during the game. But it's going to be an uphill battle for the Beaver Creek Beavers as they come to Fairborn to try to smash and take over a dominant Fairmont team. But right now, we got 38.2 to finish this one.
I believe dominant is the proper word. Portis enjoying herself down there right now. They get the inbound to Cochran. Portis gets it back into the front court now for Johnson. She drives. That one's going to be blocked out of bounds by Boki. Great defense there by the Centerville big. 29.1 to go. The inbound to Portis. Trying to force the turnover, and they're finally going to call the foul. 26.1 to go now. McDowell picked up the foul. That's her 4th.
Before they go to the free throw line, take a look at the possession. That almost was a bucket. Almost was a bucket, but nice block to send that one back.
Yeah, Boki elevates, and it almost brought me back to volleyball season. Off the back iron. Portis has been great from the free throw line so far tonight, but this has been where she struggled at this season, 57% on the season. Second one is gonna go, timeout Wildcats. We're gonna talk about this, try and get their defense set up, but that was a huge miss for Centerville. You can hold it for the final possession if you want. I don't know, what's your strategy in this situation, Alex?
If you're Centerville, down by 2, I would move the ball around to look for a three-pointer, but hear me out on this. Get inside, outside, look for a three-pointer. They're going to be guarding the three-pointer tight to try to eliminate a 1-point lead that would happen for the Elks. And if that happens, if they crash up to the top, send that ball down low, nice layup. So that's what I would do if I was the head coach from Centerville, but it's easier said than done, Andy. Easier said than done.
Yeah, I've talked about the size disadvantage, the size mismatch all night long that the Elks have. They don't have anyone the size of Grable, and that has caused them issues all season long. We will see if they're able to conquer that challenge here on the final possession, or if they won't even have to go around that obstacle.
If you're Centerville and you don't come away with this win, it's going to be heartbreaking because unlike the previous 2 matchups basically this season, this game was basically yours with some fundamental issues that occurred. Can they rectify that here in the last 26.1?
In the driver's seat for well over 3/4 of play. They kind of lost it here in the last couple of minutes, but they have a chance to rectify the situation. McDowell, with 15 to go, outside. Grimm, she's going to drive baseline. Kick to the corner. Keaton steps out of bounds. Steps on the sideline. Huge turnover, 8 seconds to go. Have to foul quickly if you're the Elks. Another timeout, or wait, did we just have substitutions? No, we do have a timeout. Man, oh man, the self-imposed mistakes.
The self-inflicting wounds are arising again for the Elks.
They're just coming back to haunt them. I mean,
now they got to hope for a trap. Get a trap, try to get a steal. If you can't get the steal, get the foul. Get the foul, you're praying for at least
missed free throw.
one. Got to pray for at least one. Get the rebound, or if they miss the first one, make the second one. Get the ball from out of bounds, and then your only shot is a 3. Now, Andy, do you if you're the head coach from Springfield, if they hit one of the 2 free throws, are you fouling?
You got to try and if you're Centerville, you want them to make the first and miss the second. If you're Springfield, you want to miss the first and make you want to make the first and miss the second, and then I think you foul because then they don't even get a 3-point attempt.
Right, but you got to do it. The IQ in that
do it quickly because you could get into the shooting motion.
Right, but not too quickly to where there's still so much time left on the clock to where they got to foul again and then do the exact same thing. It's a cat and mouse game when it comes to that, but
a little bit of a catch-22 maybe. Springfield inbounding from the corner over there by the Centerville bench. They get it into Boykin.
Oh, stolen.
Turned over. Boki to the glass. Converts. 3 seconds to go. Springfield's got to try and get it in. They do as time expires. And we're going to have some extra basketball, boys and girls.
We got everybody in. We got all these people in the stands getting in our way. But, hey.
I understand. We have the Boki family sitting right in front of us.
Overtime.
That was their girl that just got the steal and scored the game-tying bucket. I'd be on my feet as well, my friend.
Yep.
Beautiful job there by Boki. The pass was high because Centerville, they had one of their taller defenders over there in the corner, making it a tough pass.
Yep, I will give the
Boykin.
MVP of that that play was the player defending the inbounds pass by making it so difficult for Springfield to inbound the ball, threw that ball all the way up to Kings Island, didn't come back down. Came back down right into Centerville's hands, and what a layup, what a left-handed layup. Could have also been a foul.
Yeah.
Could have also been a foul, but good officiating to let that one play out. And here we go, Andy, with 4 minutes left to go. Again, reset this clock. We're overtime.
I think they've let things be a little more physical throughout the day, so I like to see that they're kind of keeping the whistle in the same spot. You know, they're not changing the criteria in the final minute of the game.
Yeah, I would love for them to 5. I would love for them to put the period at 5, so we could say overtime on the screen. But it's a jump ball. What are we doing?
And we will have a jump ball.
And we are in overtime. We are not in the fourth quarter. We're in overtime.
Sorry that our scoreboard says the wrong thing. Everything else is correct, though. The time is correct. The score is correct. And here we go, tipping off overtime. It's going to be taken by Keaton. It was actually won by Springfield, but Keaton was able to steal the steal the tip. Over to Davis. Standing at the volleyball line, giving directions to her offense. Boynton is going to come out and play some defense on her. They go to the corner to Grimm. Going to try and drive baseline. They're going to call a blocking foul.
And I don't think the fouls do not reset, so they're going to the free throw line. This is a continuation of the fourth quarter fouls. And, man, we are not standing room only, obviously, but
it's starting to pack
people are Fairmont is trying to find a seat. And they can't because this game's in overtime.
Graham at the line. First one is going to be off the mark, a little too strong. Second one. Also off the mark, tough misses there. Grable gets the rebound for Springfield, and Cochran will bring it up for the Cats. Johnson.
Oh, look like she twists her ankle.
Yeah.
Yep, she's trying to fill that one out.
Looks like she's okay, gets the ball right back, will drive past the defender, throws that one up, and is on her way to the line. I think they're gonna hit Boki with the foul. And yes, that's her 4th. So now, yeah, the foul game is gonna be an even bigger issue as we enter the fourth quarter. Centerville, 2 of their top players with 4 fouls. First free throw is good there by Johnson. Second one is good as well. The line drive free throw drops home. Keaton across the timeline. Johnson is going to foul her, blocking foul, 48 feet away from the rim. Ill-advised foul that time, trying to play tough defense, but when every single foul will send the opposing team to the line, you're just
got to hit. You have to connect, though. The past 2 times that they've been to the free throw line, they have missed. That's 4 points, Andy.
And now Johnson just picked up her 4th. The foul game is going to come into play for both teams. Keaton, ever efficient at the line. Also at 83.3%, along with Caroline McDowell coming into the game. Substitution, Davis is going to take a seat, and Gillum is going to check in. Second free throw will rim its way out. Boynton with the rebound for Springfield. They get it to Portis in the front court on the far wing. Johnson on the near side now, guarded by McDowell. Just going to back things out a little bit. Boynton in the corner. Johnson at the free throw line. They throw it inside to Grable. Kicks out to Boynton, and she was wide open, just didn't get the pass fast enough. He's going to drive baseline. Boynton up and under, no good. Crashing to the floor. We're going to call a jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Cats. Heads up play there by Boynton, able to jump on top of it and get a possession back for a team. Grable will inbound on the baseline. Cochran out to Grable. 18-foot jumper off the mark. Rebounded by Boki. And Boki walks right into a trap.
It's called timeout.
Throws the ball off of Boynton's foot inadvertently, but it's going to work out for the Elks. She's trying to get the pass up the court. Not able to do so, though. Boki inbounds it to Keaton. Trailing by 1 is Centerville. Keaton with 12. Very quiet second half, only 3 points so far. Boki picks up her dribble, out to McDowell, hand in the face. They try to get it inside to Gillums, going to be knocked away. Ball will remain with the Elks. Boki to inbound. Right to Gillum and right back to Boki. Cochran is going to reach in. They're going to call her for the foul. I don't know if I agree with that one, though.
It was a bump. She got her on the lower body on the bump. Yeah,
okay.
Driving to the basket. Displaced her, and that was the right call.
Oh, and they're actually going to hit Grable with the foul, and that is huge. The starting center. Foul number 5, so James will check in for her. James had a good night herself, though. Could be a huge loss for Springfield. Free throw is up and good by Boki. Tie ball game. Boki takes the lead back for the Elks. Minute 53 to go here in overtime. Portis driving to the cup. Gets by the 3 defenders. I think the Elks kind of ran into each other. She'll squeeze right by him and puts it up off the window.
Too easy.
Keaton now working on the offensive end. Boki outside the 3-point line. Finds a hole in the defense, cuts to the bucket and gets it to go. Timeout, Centerville. Great offense back and forth last couple possessions. Centerville got the lead back, 44-43.
Oh, this song reminds me of us at Fairmont. I'm like, where did I always hear this song?
Yep.
I'm like, okay. Both sides are gonna feel. Whoever doesn't come out on the winning end is gonna feel gutted.
Yes.
Because if you're Springfield, you had the game won with a couple seconds left. All you had to do was inbound the ball, get the free throws, and call it a day. If you're Centerville, you had to lead the whole game until the last couple of minutes. So it's like, which one is gonna actually be the one where they go home thinking, what if?
Coming out of the timeout, as the song goes, I was watching during the timeout, the Fairmont team over on the right side of the floor and the Beaver Creek team over on the left side of the floor, they were getting pumped up. They are ready for tip-off of their game going to take place here shortly, I would surmise, but you never know. Portis with the ball for the Cats. Going at McDowell, picks up her dribble, and they'll throw it back out to Boynton. Cochran on the far side. We tick down to a minute 05. They throw it to the corner to James. Portis gets it back to James. One dribble, tries to go up and under the basket. Grimm comes away with a block. Went straight up, and now Portis will pick up the blocking foul. Grimm runs into her. That is going to be Portis' fourth foul. And a chance for Centerville to extend their lead.
When you play an extra quarter, fouls on individuals start to add up.
And it's starting to become an issue for both teams. Springfield already lost one player. Centerville on the cusp of losing a couple. Springfield on the cusp of losing a couple more. Free throw is off the mark there by Grimm, keeping it a 1-point game. Second free throw is also off the mark. James comes away with the rebound for Springfield, and Cochran with the ball in her hands now.
That's 6 free throws missed in this overtime alone. 7 free throws missed overall in the past 6 minutes.
Crossover by James into the paint, misses the layup. Grimm with the rebound. There's going to be a timeout for the Elks. Full timeout on the floor.
As coach from Springfield is voicing his opinions to the officials. But to them, they're deaf and blind because they cannot, they don't want to deal with him at all. Their back was to him, and he's just out here screaming. Great game, Andy. It's a great game so far. Brought to you by Nick Smith & Sons, the Alumni Tournament, and Express It. So thank you to all of our sponsors that are hanging with us on this overtime hour.
Yes, huge shout out to them. They've been awesome for us all season long. In the fall season, now in the winter season. We'll also see you guys in the spring season.
Yep, looking forward to some baseball if it ever gets warm.
Weather permits it.
Yeah, I'm already going to tell you, like, I love being outdoors when it's 50 degrees or higher. And you can't catch me. You cannot catch me at 50 and under.
The inbound to Boki. They're trying to force the turnover. She's able to get into the front court. Drives to the rim. No good on the shot. Ill-advised shot. Johnson wide open. Cochran is going to put up the layup. Gets it to fall. It bounced around. Under 18 to go. McDowell being forced to the sideline. She's pushed. There's going to be a foul called, so McDowell will be on her way to the free throw line with under 15 to play. Oh, and now there's a conference between the refs. Let's see what we're calling. Is it out of bounds or is it a foul? All three refs converge. As we're waiting for the official call. And they will call a foul. And they hit Johnson with a foul. That's her fifth. Bye-bye. 19 points for Johnson on the night. The team's third leading scorer. Had a great season for Springfield, but her time might be running out as 14.7 to go.
Biggest
down by one. McDowell knocks in the first one. Second free throw is also up and good. And the timeout by Springfield. And I've talked a couple times about Centerville's ability to knock down the three. They shoot it over 36% as a team. You look at Springfield, it's not quite so pretty on the other end. They shoot at 30.6% as a team, and they only have two players that shoot it over 30%. One of those players is Johnson, who just fouled out, and the other one is Yates. She's one of the bench players. She plays 10, 15 minutes a game, but she doesn't play with the most volume. Now, they don't need a three in order to win this game, as it's just trailing by one, but got to, it's it's going to be interesting to see how things pan out here in the final 14 seconds on the NM
The main thing
Sports
that you
Network.
got going for Springfield is you're aggressive. They're really aggressive going to the hole, right? So if they can get that lane, but they just got to be able to get there. So, and Centerville can't foul. They're going to the free throw line to shoot too. So you got to play really, really good defense, but also being able to not let them score. Here we go. Last 14.
Boynton inbounds to Cochran. The time starts to tick. Into the front court. Cochran kind of taking her time. Up to the three-point line now. They throw it across court. Nearly turned over.
No,
There's going
they
to be
caught
a
a
bump.
foul.
And now Springfield will be going to the line. There was a loose ball. Gillum
They caught a foul.
ran into the Springfield player. Ava Vale be on her way to the free throw line.
It's going to be the biggest free throws of her life right now.
Checking in at a 45% clip on the season.
Oh, okay.
First one will fall.
Oh, the bench is going ecstatic because of that 45 on the season. It's 100% on that one, dude.
The bench, the entire Springfield side. 5.2 to go. So she makes this one. Centerville will still have time and opportunity to score. Biggest free throw of her career is up and rattles in. Inbound now, McDowell on the far side of the court. She's going to get into the front court. Double dribble, picks up the ball. Huge mistake by Carolyn McDowell, and she can't believe it. 1.6 on the clock. Grimm looks like she will come to check in. It's a 1-point lead for Springfield.
Wow.
You will have time to foul and maybe get another shot off if you do it quick enough. Springfield inbounding in front of their bench. They get it into the corner. Portis, they're not going to call the foul. She was wrapped up. That's going to do it. In a shocker, Springfield 4-game winning streak against Centerville in a heartbreaker for the Elks. Turnover there in the final second seals the deal. I mean, what a matchup. If that is any preview for what we got coming next, we have a heck of a night of basketball here inside Skyhawk Arena. But I think we're going to take a break, give the teams a little bit of time to warm up for the next game. That one is going to be Fairmont and Beaver Creek coming up here in a few on the NM Sports Network. A great effort by both teams. And Centerville, they controlled it for such a large portion of the game, but not able to close things out in the final seconds. Heartbreaking loss for the Elks. Like I said, we're going to go ahead and take a break here on the NM Sports Network. We will be back for Beaver Creek and Fairmont in about 20 minutes.